Have you ever started reading a novel with zero expectations, only to end up binge reading over 100 chapters? Because that exactly what happened with me. I was randomly searching for something new to read and thankfully I didn't judge this novel by its cover. And honestly, it became one of the most wholesome, emotional and surprisingly well written novel I have ever read recently. Today we are talking about the novel called The Side Character Turned Villainess by Nekoru. The story is already completed with over 300 chapters, making it relatively short and easy binge compared to many web novels. The story follows Liam, a successful car salesperson who never cares, who never cared, who stepped on to climb the corporate ladder. She is ambitious, ruthless, and always at the top of her games. Until she wakes up inside one of her most favorite romantic novels. Not as heroine, not as villainess, but as Seri, a 5-year-old side character who got bullied by everyone, a character nobody liked, a character everyone ignored. And now Leah has to survive in this role. The only problem is the side characters has the personality of foul mouthed villainess. And trust me, that's where the fun begins. The story mainly revolves around four characters: Seri, Dante, William, and Millie. And honestly, the greatest strength of this novel isn't the plot, but the characters. Seri, the heart of the story. When Seri first arrived in this world, she immediately started causing troubles, like she is a troublemaker. Using the intelligence and the experience of 25-year-old adult, she shocks everyone around her. She impresses the royal family with her charm, gain the queen's favor, and slowly change the status of her merchant family to high nobles. At first glance, Seri feels like another smart isekai protagonist, but that's not what makes her interesting. What makes Seri special is how complex she is. She is manipulative, she is observant, she is clever, and sometimes even cold. But the author slowly reveals why. That's where the flashback come in. And now I won't lie, I hated some of these flashbacks while reading it. Not because they were bad, but because they hurts. Like they hurts like shit. The story gradually reveals the trauma that shaped Seri into who she is today. Like her backstory, her hatred of strictness, her resentment towards the nuns, her complicated feelings regarding her brothers. Everything starts making sense when you see or when you read her flashbacks. You realize she wasn't born manipulative. She became that way because of what happened to her. The classic villains are not born, they are made. And like seriously, those chapters genuinely brought tears to my eyes. Like seriously, I just felt so bad reading those chapters. Just go through it, you will know. One of the comment where MC was referred to as barbaric, foul mouth, and doesn't give a crap. Like she's not at all the typical stereotype MC. Also, she learned criminal psychology, so yeah, we know why she's like that. Let's talk about other characters. First one is Dante, the male lead. Unlike Seri, Dante feels like someone who was simply born cold. A naturally distinct and emotional, detached person, kind of. Even after reading more than 100 chapters, there will be a mystery surrounding him, which always keep me interested in him. Like he is sadistic. What is that word? He's cruel. Okay, I don't know that sadistic word because it is like n number of time repeated in the chapters, but I can't pronounce it, so sorry. Then there is William, the classic Sunadri prince. Normally, I would find this type of character typically cliche, but the author know exactly how this cliche character should be written and how to make fun of this trope. Like she genuinely make fun of this trope. His relationship with Sari feels less romantic, more like sibling bond. At the times, I just really enjoy their bonding. And finally, Millie, one of the most chaotic character. Obviously not. She is a silent girl, shy girl, and is kind of genuinely more mysterious than Dante. Like when once Seri visited her home, I remember there she just killed the butterfly and shows a dark side of her. Then Seri decided to treat her. You know, Sari is a criminal psychologist, so she can do anything with these people's. Just play with their brains. Okay, back to the story. The best thing about this novel is like nobody feels like NPC. Every side character has their own stories, their own motivational struggle, and because of that, the world feels alive. The biggest reason I recommended this novel is simple: character development. Yes. A lot of novels have character crying about their problems for 50th chapters without any changing. This novel doesn't do that. Characters grow, relationships evolve, people learn from their mistakes, and because of that, every emotional moment actually feels meaningful. The relationships are also incredibly well written. Seri acts differently around every character. Her dynamic with Dante isn't the same as her dynamic with William, and neither of those relationships resembles her interaction with Queen Luna, her bodyguard, her family, or even the maid. Everyone brings out different side of her personality. Also, I have one manhwa meme to define her relationship with her father. This is see, this is Seri's father, and this is Seri. Seri's father just love her like whatnot, and Seri is like, just don't touch me, please stay away, disgusting. Like seriously, I just found their dynamic so fun. Like seriously, for a romance fan, don't expect instant romance or instant love. Okay, this is definitely a slow burn. The chemistry between Seri and Dante develops gradually, and there are plenty of cute moments between them. And thankfully, the romance isn't driven by endless misunderstanding and stupid rumors. The things I don't like about this novel. Though these criticisms doesn't entirely affect the whole novel, but I do find this problematic, especially the way infidelity is portrayed, like several noble fathers, including Seri's father and William's father, who has mistresses, concubines, and illegitimate child. And sometimes the story even treat this situation as a comedy. I know it is a comedy trope, so they obviously gonna treat this serious issue with comedic reference, but I find it problematic. It is my personal issue. For example, William's father tried to justify his cheating by blaming Queen Luna's weak health after the childbirth. It just don't sit well with me. Thankfully, the main character themselves doesn't support this behavior. In fact, Seri openly call it out, and one of the most satisfying part of this novel is watching her absolutely destroying her father's mistress. She refused to pretend they are innocent, and I respect that for the story. Another thing I want to mention is usually when 25 years old transmigrated into the child's body and end up in the romance, it feels like uncomfortable. But surprisingly, I never felt that way here. Like I felt less this feeling over here. Part of that is because Dante is written as usually matured from the beginning, and part of it is because the romance developed naturally over the long period of time. And also, the romance was never the focus of the novel. It was kind of bonding, character development, past issues, traumas. That was mainly the focus. And I'm saying trauma word like several times. Don't take this novel as so much of a trauma. It is like 10% trauma and 90% comedy, wholesome moments, savage moments, kind of roasting. Okay, so it never became an issue while I read it. I stopped around chapters 110 and 120 because exams got in the way. But even after reading only around 30% of the story, I can confidently recommend it. This novel made me laugh and cry at the same time. It gave me memorable characters, amazing character developments, great comedy, slow burn romance, emotional backstories, and some genuinely wholesome moments, like genuinely. Is it perfect? If you are tired of those so called villainous stories and want characters that actually grow, feel human, then this is for you. The side character turns villainous and is definitely worth your time. I give it strong recommendation. If you have read it, let me know your favorite characters in the comment. And don't worry, this time I promise I won't take another year to upload the next review video. See you guys in the next video. Bye.